Kia ora everyone. Today we're talking about eating and how to eat to what I believe is the best way possible. So, what I want to say here is I've been eating for about, 22 years, and in the last 3-ish, 4-ish years, I've really tried a few things out. I've tried keto, I've tried carnivore, Mediterranean diet, all these fancy little diets. And I've been actually vegan for the last 11 months, let's say. And it has been a rough journey, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of trying to understand what like a proper diet really means. Because we hear, okay, you got to have vitamins and minerals and macros, hit your macros, you got to have 100 grams of protein and all this. And yeah, along the way, I've found a lot of things out I want to share. Because I believe in fundamental things. Fundamental things like things that just cannot be argued upon, like the kundalini, the chakras, the musical notes. They're energies that exist. And here I want to talk to you about how I structure my eating. And it's quite genius because it's taken me so long to figure out. And this is the one I like the best because it really is foundational and it works with the way the body works, you know? So, I eat I eat 3 meals a day. I tried lots of different ones, but 3 meals seems sustainable with the types of human life and energy that everyone should experience. And I like to say there's a triangle. Imagine a clock. The top is 12, and we've got 8 o'clock here and 4 o'clock here. 8, 12, 4. Perfect times to be eating your meals. 8 o'clock is good time. So you wake up around 6, 5 o'clock, whenever, and that gives you time your body wakes up. You've got a lot of hormones, stuff still running from through your blood from sleeping. Not that beans, I'll tell you. So, oh, never gets old. Anyway, so open a window in here. No. Okay, so yeah. After a few hours, the body, it starts to cleanse out the toxins from the blood. You're hydrating heaps of water just to help flush everything out. And then it comes 8 o'clock. The first meal, I think the lower chakra elements. See, I don't think macros, I think micros. Of course, macros are important, but micros are important in the right ratios. So I start off by having my first meal real iron focused, real lower energy focused, and importantly, you'd think, oh, that must be calcium, iron, selenium, copper. Yes, but you have to be aware too that things fight for absorption. I wanted to have a meal that had everything absorbed, like at the same, there's no competition going on. Okay, I'm still getting used to these beans. Okay. Okay. I'm getting the high from, my God, from the chili pepper. I had cayenne pepper before. It's got me feeling. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, we don't want things to fight for absorption. So what I've done is I focused on an iron-rich meal. I think the good place to start is your protein load should be in the morning. That is when the urn is the hottest and the energy is ready for extraction the most. So plus, protein are like little delivery trucks for certain nutrients, like lysine and stuff, which is important for growing big fat muscles. So hitting that protein first, I like to say chickpeas and lentils are a good one because they're both rich in copper and rich in iron. which are very grounding, kind of conductive foods. All right. And once you do have that with a bit of magnesium, super important, very, very important, because it's literally essential for metabolizing sugar. And I like to have myself some nutritional yeast because it's such a easy way to get your B vitamins in. And I'll tell you, if you're feeling crap, you got to consider that it might be B vitamins, because when you digest sugar, you're going to tax heavy on B vitamins and magnesium to break it down efficiently. So hit that out maybe with some miso soup or whatever. I call it miso biso, combining the two, mixing it, having a good drink. And then 12 o'clock comes by, you've got 4 hours of digestion. It's gone into your small intestine, you've hydrated in the gaps, everything's quite mint. And 12 o'clock, I think that's the time to have your potassium-rich foods. So the morning was kind of focused on magnesium, iron, and yeah, that's kind of my main goal. Selenium, stuff that really helps with the structure, blood-building elements. Chuck in some beetroot in the morning too for nitrates. In the afternoon, I think it's a good time to have like potatoes, fruit, anything that's just got rich in potassium so we can fill out. Then, once you've had that, it goes back down to 4 o'clock, where it's almost structural again, because it's a pyramid. There's structural, and the top is kind of the time to have more lighter potassium foods, which is high chakra. And when you come back down, I think this is the perfect time for calcium. You've done a whole hard day's work. Calcium isn't gonna interfere with iron, because calcium would block iron absorption. So it's now placed at the end of the day. So I like to have myself, because I'm vegan, it's kind of expensive, but half a bag of kale, 2 tablespoons of tahini, a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses, and 1/3 of a can of what are they called? Like a white bean, some sort of white bean, kennel beans, because they are rich in, really just the high in calcium and proteins and stuff like that. Great. And that is basically the lineup. Blend that into a drink. I blanch the the greens, so it's even more bioavailable calcium. Blend it up, scull it back, and also pop some vitamin K and vitamin D tablets just to get optimal bone strength, because the bones is like the battery storage. It's like, if you don't have the right amount of calcium today, you're gonna, I'm getting sidetracked, but bones are piezoelectric, okay? So they store energy, and when you move, every time you take a step, you're actually generating electricity in your bones. So it's so important that they're strong. My theory is, I'm not good at the cold. I hate the cold so much. But I think my teenage life of having heaps of lollies, V's, barely enough vitamins and stuff, and barely enough calcium, because I didn't even like dairy milk growing up. And that was basically crucial for a human diet, because we eat so much sugar to get 1,000 milligrams of calcium, which is the daily requirement. That there's a chance I have like really hollow bones. So my drink gets you about 500 to 700 milligrams of calcium, which is, I think, kind of it's good enough. It's good enough. If you eat healthy, you shouldn't need 1,000 anyway. And I pop a magnesium glycinate every now and then if I've had some sugar. I've always got the nutritional yeast in my bag, just to throw that back a little bit, just to help break down sugar efficiently. And so your last meal of the day is basically high in greens, magnesium, calcium, and not so intense on heavy foods, because you're going to go to sleep. You don't need that weight. Something light, so by the time it is 8:30, 9 o'clock when you go to bed, but your digestion is just, there's not as much energy going there. So there's more time to channel the energy into your crown and have amazing dreams and hopefully control them and see and visualize and be in cool places. Control, lucid dream, or what you would call astro traveling. I think everyone should aspire to do that. But yeah, here's my little kind of first video on talking about food. It's going to get substantially better. This is kind of a first take. What the hell? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Peace.